Hey, what's up guys? My name is Joe, and today we're gonna have some fun playing Keldon Calamity using some of the new cards from Dominaria United. This deck is an absolute blast. It is based around Keldon Flamesage, which has Enlist. If you didn't know what Enlist is, it basically means as this creature attacks, you may tap a non-attacking creature you control without summoning sickness. When you do, add its power to this creature's until end of turn. That is a really sweet ability to have on Keldon Flamesage because her ability is based on how much power she has. So when Keldon Flamesage attacks, look at the top X cards of your library where X is Keldon Flamesage's power. You may exile an instant or sorcery card with mana value X or less from among them. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may cast that exiled card without paying its mana cost. So we are playing a burn spell deck, and that is why Keldon Flamesage is so good in this deck, because as she attacks, we are hopefully going to be hitting any of our burn spells off the top, meaning more damage to the face, meaning hopefully bringing them down and going aggressive and hopefully finishing the game sooner. So the combo that's kind of built into this deck that we're trying to pull off is going to be with Invoke Calamity. It is a 5 mana spell that says we can cast 2 instant or sorcery cards from your graveyard or hand with total mana value 6 or less without paying their mana cost. So it's 5 mana. With Keldon Flamesage, we have to have enough power to cast the spell in general. So how are we going to be getting up to 5 power? Well, we're going to be using Reckless Stormseeker. So at the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gets +1/0 and gains haste until end of turn. So since Reckless Stormseeker has 2 power and Keldon Flamesage has 2 power, giving that +1/0 buff means that we can either give it to Keldon Flamesage or Reckless Stormseeker, and enlisting means that she is going to have a total of 5 power. Look at the top 5 cards and hopefully hitting Invoke Calamity off the top. This card works really well in this deck because we're hoping to burn out the opponent with just a bunch of lightning strikes, a bunch of Calling the Professional, and play with fire. Hopefully we already have those guys in our graveyard. So when Keldon Flamesage comes down, we can invoke Calamity off the top and then play 2 of these guys off the top. Hopefully pretty much just ending the game right there because of how much burn we already played. So the total ideal way that this deck would work would be a Goldhound on turn 1, which sacrifices to add 1 mana of any color. We hit our land drop on turn 2. We sack the Goldhound to play the Reckless Stormseeker, and then getting haste, swinging in for 3, which is awesome already. Just a great card overall. And then on turn 3, we play our Keldon Flamesage. We give Keldon Flamesage the haste, and then we can enlist the Reckless Stormseeker. And you know, since it's turn 3, we won't have instant and or sorcery spells. We don't necessarily have to enlist her because we actually would rather hit like a lightning strike, Calling the Professional, play with fire off the top. But we could hit an Invoke Calamity as soon as turn 3 if we really wanted to, but it doesn't really make much sense to do that. Another really fun card that we can hit off the top or just have in our hand to help us finish games is going to be Alchemist Gambit. This card also works really well with Keldon Flamesage. Let's say that the opponent is down to a really low life total. We have a burn spell in hand, but we don't have enough mana to finish them off. We can play Alchemist Gambit, and then that means that gives us a whole nother turn to hopefully finish him off. Of course, we won't be casting a spell unless we absolutely have lethal in the next turn, because at the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. So just a really fun situational card that can really come in handy to help us finish some of the games. Another card that can help us finish in the games is going to be Shivan Devastator. I really like this card from Dominaria United. You can basically pay X and it'll enter with X +1/+1 counters on it. It comes with flying and haste, which is huge because it's basically like, it's not necessarily instant speed, but it's almost like a on your turn instant speed creature swinging in. Yeah, I love haste. It's so sweet. And it's basically as much mana as you have, which can get super huge if we're mana swamped, or it can be as small as we want, just really depending on the situation. So yeah, we're going to be burning out our opponent. We're going to be playing a little bit aggressive with Bloodthirsty Adversary, hopefully getting down our combo. And if not, we just pretty much burn them straight out, play our Invoke Calamity, and then we can cast 2 more spells and kill them. Alright, if you guys did want to see the full deck list, there is a link in the description, so go ahead and check that out. Otherwise, let's just go ahead and hop into some games and have some fun playing Keldon Calamity. Alright, we got a very burn-based hand here with Invoke Calamity. I think this is definitely the key. Got our play with fire, super versatile against whatever they got going on. It looks like it's going to be red as well. We'll go ahead and pass the turn. We might kill a creature. We might hit the face. Just really depends on what they got. I think with Radha's Firebrand, we will want to hit Radha's Firebrand. So it looks like they're going to be aggressive as well, and I'm guessing mono red. We'll probably start hitting the face here soon. But Reckless Stormseeker, squee. Okay. Let's go ahead and kill Squee. All right, so now we have 2 things in the graveyard, so whenever we invoke Calamity, we're guaranteed to hit that. I probably am going to start hitting the face here. I said that last turn, but Reckless Stormseeker, no, we're gonna kill that. Yeah, that's kind of the cool thing about these burn decks. It's so versatile. Do you want to hit the face, or do you want to hit like the creatures and everything? So we get our Alchemist Gambit ready to play whenever we're ready. Yeah, good game. Modest Vibran will let that resolve. Hammerhand. Does that give haste? Yes. I think we kill it. We are just taking down all of their value here. Shivan Devastator. Okay, so this is a great example of why Shivan Devastator is so great in this deck here. We have no board presence at all, and we've been using all of our burn spells to hit their creatures. So let's say we use this all in the face. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they would be down to 10 life right now. It would be down really low too. But with this guy, we can basically throw him down, swing in right away, and that's 4 damage or even 5 damage next turn. So I think we do invoke Calamity just on their turn here. We'll probably hit our Call on a Professional and Lightning Strike. These 2 cards work perfect with our Invoke Calamity. It kind of uses the most CMC for what you're given. Yep, Squee. I could kill him. I really could. I think we might. Yeah, I think we are going to. Let's invoke Calamity. We'll go Call on a Professional to the face. And honestly, I'm not going to kill him. I think we just start going to face here. So Lightning Strike, boom, down to 17. Call on a Professional, down to 14. If we get a land, that'd be ideal so that we can play Shivan Devastator for 5 here. Okay, we don't get a land, but I'll still throw him down for 4. Bring it down to 10. And I think we definitely still have the upper hand here. We removed a lot of the good cards from their hand. So we'll see what they got going on. Thundering Reiju, okay. Yep, that's good. Yeah, down to 8. And Call on a Professional. So that's 5, 6, 7. We can do 4, 8. Okay, so we have lethal. We'll go ahead and swing in. Damage. Second main phase, Alchemist Gambit, taking an extra turn. And we would lose, but we have lethal, so it's not going to matter. Alright, so we go to combat, swing all in. Damage down to 2, Call on a Professional, finishes it off. Sweet! Aggro against aggro, and we take the victory. I love to see it. This deck is definitely based around what cards you draw, and we just so happen to draw cards that were really good. I love Shivan Devastator. I'm so excited to play more decks with this guy. Great win. Alright, well, we have the Goldhound Reckless Stormseeker combo. I think we'll keep it just because of that. We get another land off the top, which I didn't really want to see. I want to start getting some burn spells. 4 mana is pretty good to have. And we get an Invoke Calamity, so I guess it's not terrible not the land we do. There is a lot of counter spells at 2 mana. Well, we got a second Reckless Stormseeker, so let's just play into it. Okay, they don't have it. Perfect, so we'll go ahead and swing in. Bring it down to 17. We might do really well against this deck. Not totally sure what they're playing. Looks like it's going to be 3 colors. Alright, Esper Rafine. It is still here. Alright, so what we could do is go Reckless Stormseeker and give this guy a double buff. Threatening to kill the Rafine. And then hopefully getting in for 4 damage. I think we do just put it on this guy since he can get haste. Doesn't really matter. If we swing in with this, it's just going to get blocked by the Rafine. But if they choose to block, they might have another Rafine. It's better that we at least get some damage in. So we'll swing in with both. Alright, down to 12. We need to get some spells in our graveyard for this Invoke Calamity. So we'll probably be playing our Call on a Professional next turn. Alright, so that means they're probably going to have a Liliana in their deck. Nice, we can get down to 18. That means not a good blocker. They got good chump blockers, though. I think we do just go ahead and swing in here. They could double block. I think we're fine with that. Go on their buffs. And they take it. That is a mistake, opponent. Unless you can find some way to gain a lot of life. Huge mistake. These guys are going to flip. Can you kill both? I don't think so. They're going to get trample. And we're going to be dealing 3 damage to your face this turn. And they swing with everything? What are you doing? This guy is a madman. Oh my goodness. He's like, I want all the knives. Probably going to clear the board here. No, Meat Hook doesn't even clear the board. Yeah, I don't really know what the opponent's doing. Kind of just throwing this game away. There goes the Meat Hook. There goes the Raven Man. There goes another Meat Hook. All really good cards. 5, 6, 7, 8. Can you find 10 damage? Nope. Down to 10. Play a land. Yeah, cut down doesn't kill anything. Did they play 2 spells this turn? I think it was only... They haven't played anything. Yep, Liliana of the Veil probably having us sack a creature. Which is fine, because we have Calling a Professional here. And they have nothing else. They do create the bird, but it's going to get trample. So we will call on a Professional, they create the bird, it's going to get trample. We can actually only just kill with a Lightning Strike. What was that game, dude? The opponent... Yeah, I don't know what was happening there. Didn't really think through their thoughts. That was super fun to see. Yeah, again, Reckless Stormseeker is just a broken card. It is so awesome in aggro. It's so awesome with the combo. We had Invoke Calamity even. We had our Lightning Strike. There's so many things we could have done here. Really great game to take the win. Alrighty, up against Big Daddy here. We got 2 Lightning Strikes. We got our Keldon Flamesages. This isn't the quickest hand, but I really like seeing Burn, and we also have our Invoke Calamity. So this deck actually runs 24 lands. So it's not your typical like 23 lands, small CMC deck. Because we have Invoke Calamity in there, I really want to be able to hard cast it as well. So I think 24 lands definitely works better. Go ahead and play our Mountain and pass. Hopefully not up against, you know, too much of a creature-based deck, because I don't think this hand is good against that at all. But it looks like it might be like Boros. I think we do pretty well against Boros aggro players because they tend to be the ones that swing in and don't really think about, you know, burn. That's kind of the really cool thing about Boros aggro, is that it used to be creature based, and with the new standard introducing like Lightning Strike, I think we have enough burn spells to make it more burn. All right, we can definitely swing in here. This isn't gonna have haste anyway, so I think we go for it. If they trade, no big deal. Since they're being more aggressive, I think they're just gonna say, nah, you're good. And I think we do get down the Keldon Flamesage. If we get a land next turn, there's a chance that we hit one lightning strike off the top or play with fire, and then we play the land and 2 lightning strikes. And then if they swing in here and have no blockers up, that's gonna be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It could be 10 damage, or no, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we could do a crap ton of damage already on turn 4. But that is if we get the land and if we hit something good off the top. All right, Reckless Stormseeker, I'm assuming they're just going to be aggressive here and swinging them with both. They might hold up a blocker. Okay, they don't. That's cool with me. Yeah, didn't want to block with her anyway. All right, it's down to 14. We get the land, so here's our chance. We're going to go ahead and try for it. Let's go swing in. We don't really want to enlist, and we don't hit it off the top. All right. Unfortunately, that takes a really good card off the top, though. So damage. We could remove the Reckless Stormseeker. I think I like that better. So let's go ahead and just kill it right now. There might be a reason to kill it on their turn. But I think we get out of the way now. We have a Lightning Strike as well if we need. Yeah, I think we're doing well. All the decks that I played, all the games that I played against Boros aggro, we've won. So I feel really confident here. I mean, we already have them beat on life total, and I think we have them beat on board presence, and I think our hand is really solid, because if we play this Lightning Strike this turn, if we get a land, we can Invoke Calamity next turn, which means 6 damage. So right now in hand we can take them down to 3, which is perfect. Rada's Firebrand, yep, they have that aggro mentality. Swing it in, we will take 3, no big deal. Go down to 11. And they say go. All right, we'll go ahead and try and Lightning Strike the face. So they're not killing our Keldon Flamesage. If they let it attack, the ability is going to resolve. So we don't hit the land. I do want to cast Goldhound and Keldon Flamesage here, but there's no real reason to do it now. Let's go ahead and swing in first. Let's see if we can hit something good off the top. Yeah, that's kind of the downside with Flamesage. Yep, Lightning Strike, cool. We knew that was going to happen. We'll swing in, probably bring him down to 7 here. But the thing with Keldon Flamesage is that, you know, unless you enlist, you know, 2 power it's very unlikely to hit anything off the top. Even with how many instant sorcery spells, I can't tell you how many times I've had 5 power and hit absolutely nothing. It's really what I love about Jeff's channel is you like make decks that shouldn't work and just have fun playing Magic. And I hope you guys know that that's kind of my goal, is to continue what Jeff did, is just having fun and making janky combos kind of work. So this deck actually works really well. I've used it to rank up quite a bit. I used to be in silver tier 4, which I know is low, but we are now in gold tier 4, so it helps a lot. Yep, Boros aggro things. Swinging in would be a mistake. Yeah, that is a mistake. But the aggro mindset. Down to 5, and we get the land. Fantastic. Yep, that is lethal right there. We'll go ahead and invoke Calamity. Cast this one at face. Cast this one at face. Boom. And boom. Give him the GGs. Swing all in. All right. Nice win there. Yeah, I think we're gonna win against Boros aggro almost every time. It really depends on the player. It's really important if you're playing up against the deck that I'm playing and you're Boros aggro to leave up some blockers. I know you want to be aggressive. I know you want to take down my life total, but I just had this feeling that we're almost gonna win it every time. So great win there. Glad to take that. All right, play with fire, Bloodthirsty Adversary, and the Lightning Strike. This is a solid hand, and hopefully we can get some land to play this Invoke Calamity. If not, that's okay. I would love to see a Reckless Stormseeker as well. We can go aggro on the creature-based side. We can do a lot of things. Haha, Reckless Stormseeker off the top. So we do need to hit a land next turn, but I'm confident. You gotta be confident, even when you don't feel confident. Swing in, down to 16, pretty solid. I will take 4 damage in 2 turns. And I'm guessing they're playing control here. Let's try. If it gets countered, it gets countered. I'd rather they use their counters now. Make disappear. And they do take 1 damage. That's fine. Down to 13 and say go. So we do miss out on the Reckless Stormseeker there, but it would have gotten countered. Able to Mirror Breaker. Yep, that's good. And just another Bloodthirsty Adversary. We need land. Swing in. I'm sure they'll trade. Sure, they'll trade. Yeah, this might be an Arcane Bombardment deck. It might be just be playing counter Magic until they can find that Arcane Bombardment, and then like big score, maybe doing stuff like that. Yeah, Impulse, trying to help them ramp, or trying to help them find cards off the top and stuff. If we had land, this would be a whole different story. I think we'd be doing a lot better, but I think we're doing okay. We're down to 11. Impulse. And they're taking more damage. Those pain lands, man. They are rough. If I was them, I would have kept up the blue and not spent it unless I had to. They don't have blue. Yeah, we gotta go Reckless Stormseeker. So it looks like they got burn. If it dies, it dies. Okay. That's totally fine with me. 3 damage to the face. Down to 7. We got 2 lightning strikes in hands. If we get land from here on out, I think we win. And I hope they just play nothing this turn. Okay, Ledger Shredder. Taking damage from the Pain Land because that's the only blue source they have. Yep, Lightning Strike helps them draw and connive. So even right now, we just have 2 lightning strikes and win, so a land wins it. And a land, fantastic. Alrighty. There you go. Nice win there. They do connive. Can they find some sort of way to gain life? No, they can't. We take the win. Sweet. All right. Keldon Flamesage, Goldhound. If we top deck a Reckless Stormseeker next turn, we can pull off a combo on turn 3. Otherwise, it's just a really good hand to keep in general. Keldon Flamesage is good on her own. And honestly, if we don't play her at all, we see that we get a lot of wins. That's what I really like about this deck, is it's combo, but it's also really powerful. And if you pull off the combo, it's powerful. If you don't pull off the combo, it's powerful. So it's very versatile, depending on your situation. All right, so we don't get our boy. I think in that case, we swing in, hold up, play with fire, or lightning strike. Gotta play a little bit more aggressive towards their life total here, and we gotta watch out for leyline binding anyway. Okay, it looks like it probably is just gonna be Bant. Yeah, Bant Magecraft. We'll shoot it at the face since we can kill that Storm Chaser Drake. We do gotta watch out for like shore up and stuff like that. We're gonna invoke Calamity. We have Invoke Calamity next turn. So we can do 3 to face, down to 13, and then 6 to face, down to 7. And then maybe just burn him out from there. I don't think this deck has any life gain, and I don't think they're going quick enough to beat us. We might want to get Keldon Flamesage down now. I think definitely. Because she can try and hit some spells off the top. So I think we got this game already. It really just depends on what they're playing. If they're playing more negate, then it's going to be hard just because they can stop like our Invoke Calamity and stuff. Play something. Cool. I'm glad of that. I'm happy with that. So that means no negate. Could be a shore up. Need another play with fire. So let's go ahead and swing in with Keldon Flamesage. Would have loved to land there. We can enlist it, try and hit something better off the top. We don't really need the Goldhound. If they take the damage, then they go down to 13. That means we could have play with fire with Goldhound, call in the professional as 5 damage, go down to 8. And then with Invoke Calamity, 6, and then play with fire. No, I don't really want to sack this guy. We really need him for the Invoke Calamity. So go ahead and tap the Goldhound. Give us another chance to look at the top. It'll be 3 cards. We can hit a call in the professional as well. So shore up does give +1/+1, and we miss. Miss the Invoke Calamity too. We could double play with fire if it comes to it. We can also do that to face. Make sure we hit a land off the top. I think that's what they're trying to figure out right now. Okay, so they are going to block and shore up. But we can respond to it. Yep. Goodbye, connive. Might as well not discard a good card because it's not going to get a counter. Unfortunately, that means no damage to face with Keldon Flamesage, but we can still hit him with a play with fire. Alright, we'll go ahead and pass. Hoping to hit a land off the top. We can probably throw something down that we don't want with this play with fire. I'm sure we're going to go towards face. I still feel really good about this game. They got 3 cards in hand. They haven't really been targeting their Storm Chaser Drake, so that means, you know, not as much card advantage. They haven't really been doing much damage in general. Alright, another Storm Chaser Drake. And it looks like some sort of protection spell. Alright, Tamiya's safekeeping and shore up. There's our lands. If it's a negate, this sucks. Since we can play at instant speed, we might want to do it on their turn. We don't have Call in a Professional in the graveyard yet, so let's see what we can hit with Keldon Flamesage. Enlisting means we tap the Goldhound, so I guess let's just not enlist. It's unfortunate if we hit a Call in a Professional. We can also play for a little bit later on in the game, There's so many things we could do. What are we gonna do? Honestly, I think it's probably better to enlist, and then we can invoke Calamity later on. I don't think they're gonna be gaining life. In fact, they don't have a pain land, so I think we do enlist here, and then we'll hit call. We'll call in a professional on their turn. I worry about negate, even though it's giving them an option, meaning that it can't be, because it's only in response to something. Shore up, they're gonna untap it. Okay. Draw a card. That's fine. Hitting a burn spot at the top will be huge. We don't. Another Invoke Calamity, man. If we had the Storm Chaser or the Storm guy, it would be fine. Doesn't have Indestructible, but it has Hexproof. Could have killed it before. I don't mind this trade though. It looks like they still have something to. Kind of wanted to do that on their turn. I wasn't thinking. Oh well, we're still fine. That means that we can now do these two. Yeah, Ivy, Gleeful, Spell Thief. I know this deck very well. We played this deck. So fun, by the way. If you didn't see the video, go ahead and check that out. It was yesterday's video where we played Ivy. All right, we got 2 mana up to negate. That would suck. 3/6 to face, bring him down to 4. We got Play with Fire. If we hit another Play with Fire, we win. No way to draw cards. And they're starting to pull off their combos and stuff. Goldhound has Menace. We can ping him for 2. If we do that, then with the Invoke Calamity and the Play with Fire, we have Lethal. So hoping to hit a land. I think we do this. Bring him down to 9, and past the turn, we can hit him with our Play with Fire down to 7. And then if they swing in and they don't have anything to stop our Goldhound, we can win it next turn. Lands, and that might just be protection spells. I'd hate for it to be a phase out spell. But we'll go ahead and Play with Fire now. We don't want to target your creatures. We want to get that face. Alright, no negate. That's good too. So that means that we can't play our Invoke Calamity. That would be 3 damage, 4 damage. Let's just keep playing the slow game. I say we keep it on top. There's no real need to be fast. So Reckless Stormseeker. No counterspell. They could have the Flash Fairy Vandal. Otawara, okay. Yeah, that's fine. That is just fine. Use that now. We'll swing it, bring it down to 6. And next turn we have lethal with Invoke Calamity. So go ahead and tap out, do all your crazy shenanigans. Just don't find 10 damage, and we'll be on good terms. But I think we got this game. Definitely drew it out longer than I would have liked. All right. I don't think they have the negate. Let's just go for it. They do. Oh no. Oh, they have the negate. Oh no. That makes this game a lot more interesting. I think that was the only negate they had in hand, unless they just drew it. So we have Reckless Stormseeker, which has haste and lightning strike. If we get a land and they swing in, we can win. But if they have shore up, then they can untap all of their creatures. Oh goodness, we could have lightning struck there, but that would have gotten negated. Shivan Devastator, that does 3 damage as well. So we have to get down the Devastator and block. Oh, this game went from easy win to they're playing with my mind. This is a good blocker. If they have enough spells, they can just win it next turn really anyway. They have enchantments or anything else. Are we not gonna take this win though? All right. Say go. Illuminator Virtuoso. And a land. Okay, so we know that that last card is probably going to be a shore up of some sort. Alchemist Gambit doesn't win it unless you would hit a burn spell off the top. We've seen 3 Play with Fires, 2 Lightning Strikes, including the one in our hand. 1 Call on the Professional, so that's still a lot of odds to hit one off the top. We could try and go Reckless Stormseeker, force them to block. We really just need a land, man. That's all we would have needed. If they take the damage from Shivan Devastator, they die. So they're going to have to probably block with Stormchaser Drake, play Shore Up, or Safekeeping. That gains them some life. So we have to watch out for that too. I think we got to play slower. I think we just got to go Reckless Stormseeker. Hate to draw out the game when we're the aggro. It gets Trample. Okay, I didn't think about that. That's pretty huge. So they have 1/1. We don't have enough to play the Lightning Strike as well. We can get 5 swing in if they block with both. It's still 3 damage to the face, and both these guys die unless they do Safekeeping. I have a feeling it's a Safekeeping. All right, let's go Storm. Let's go the Slasher. This doesn't say lethal unless we swing in with both. Block here, here. Safekeeping, gain 4 life. Go up to 10, take 4. Go down to 6, and then 1, 2. Yeah, so we can't attack. If they can give unblockable, we lose. But if they can't, I think we have a good chance with Alchemist Gambit. This is the longest game we've played so far. An aggro game that lasts longer than, what is it, probably like 7 minutes, 10 minutes. Doesn't happen very often, unless you're playing up against the Spell Thief. All right, I have a feeling that is not a great card unless they're doing math. Security Bypass, yep. That alone gives lethal. I guess it didn't give lethal unless they had... If this was both land cards, I probably should have waited. There might have been a chance that we could have won that. If both these were land cards, discarding doesn't give him a counter. He's still unblockable, but when he deals damage, no. Yeah, we still could have survived that if we had waited, but I think they got the game. They definitely probably played that a little bit better than I, and they had better cards in general. Alrighty guys, so there you have it. There was the Keldon Calamity deck, and we didn't really get to see the combo go off. We tried to hit some things off the top with the Flamesage, and I don't even think we really hit much. We played 5 games, and we won... If I'm not mistaken, we won 4 of the 5 games. It was really just that last one we lost. This deck is a lot of fun. I think Burn is a legitimate deck. I think it can do really well. I'm not really a meta kind of a guy. I don't know what's great in meta because I like playing, you know, more brewy type of decks, some random stuff, and that's why I threw this combo in here. But I think you can afford to. I think you can afford to throw the combo in there. Invoke Calamity is great in this deck in general. And Reckless Stormseeker is good in this deck in general. And Alchemist Gambit is good in this deck in general. And then everything else is just your typical burn type of aggro-y deck. So I think you can afford to just throw Keldon Flamesage in there. I don't know if you want 4 ofs. It's really just, do you want to pull off a combo or do you want to, you know, be more aggressive? If you want to be more aggressive, you can definitely do 4 of Calling a Professional. You can do 4 of Bloodthirsty Adversary. You can only run 2 Keldon Flamesages, you know, just for those happenstance. Oh, the combo happened. I don't really like Twinferno, to be honest with you. it really underperformed. You don't have enough mana to cast this and another spell usually. My thoughts were that if we have a Keldon Flamesage on the battlefield, we can cast this before we attack, and then when we attack, hopefully hit something off the top and then copy the spell that we cast with her. But that never really came into play, even in the games that I played before this. So yeah, I mean, you can almost even take this card out. It is really good, though, to have a card that gives double strike, and it's just really versatile to the situation. So it's really up to you. I love Shivan Devastator in this deck. I think it does really well to help finish out games. And I think it's just a great card in general that we're going to be playing a lot of with a lot of different decks. I also did see that I record this entire video in like my bigger camera screen. So if I block some of the cards, I'm sorry about that. Hopefully I did a better job at kind of explaining all the cards so you didn't miss out on too much. So just remember, if you guys did want to see the full deck list, it is going to be in the link in the description. Otherwise, if you did enjoy, make sure to subscribe and leave a like, as it helps out the channel, and I wouldn't want you to miss out on any future Dominaria United decks. Alrighty guys, that's going to be it for me. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.